Riding feels like walking through a forest looking for the sea. Journeying feels like walking through a forest looking for the sea. Living feels like walking through a forest looking for the sea. And there's, when you're walking through a forest, Eric, there's so much to see. And you don't always know where you're going, or you don't always know how you'll get there. You just know you're walking, you're on a journey. And at the first step into the woods, you inhale the freshness of the air. The sights and sounds are many, beautiful, all vying for your attention. When you're walking through the forest like that, walking in this place of wonder, it can start looking like more of the same.
Yeah.
Oh, we're just in the forest now.
Yeah.
Then you come into a clearing as the forest opens up to some beautiful new sights. And that's really what we're talking about, is keep moving through the forest. Yes, but so you're continually being led into a new awareness. When you come into that clearing, that forest opens up, a beautiful new sight to me is revelation. Yeah. I've been walking with the Lord 50, however many years, 50, I'm losing count now, 55 years, and you wake up some morning with an aha moment born out of prayer or your meditation or even a conversation. And I've never thought about that. That's a revelation to me. Yeah. Now that beautiful. Then you're back to the task of trekking through the forest. For what reason? Yeah. Collecting inspiration. Because again, wonder comes back to the picture. And as long as you're walking over the next hill, around the next stone cliff. Is more inspiration. Then comes the river. Then comes more shades and shadows. Then comes the night, etc. Then comes the stars, the heavens, sunrises, sunsets, and our inner knowings just keep moving us forward. Remember, there's no such thing then as writer's block. Because if you're treating this as if you're, remember how it started, is riding feels like walking through a forest looking for the sea. Yeah. There's no such thing as writer's block. Yeah. We want to think, our journey is at a stalemate. We're in a horrible season. We're not moving forward. No, enjoy that season. Enjoy that refreshing time. It's a sit by the creek and recalibrate time. We'll get to the sea soon enough. Maybe even camp for a few days before you move on. I think I want to camp here around this mystery of God idea for a few days and before I move on. You know?
Like even with this, I didn't have the exact question, but I was like, okay, maybe the question will develop as we talk about it.
Yeah.
And
that's, what does that say? It's a journey.
Yeah.
So that's why we call that's why we call it journaling.
Yeah.
That's why we call it journalism. Writers are those who care enough to struggle with words and collect treasures along the path until the forest opens up.
Wow.
And that's the last part of this. And I didn't have any idea we were going to do this, but I was already in the middle of it. It's not finished, which is another taboo, never. But anyway, it's a good way to process it.
All right.
But and I don't know, I'm going to ask you some questions.
Okay.
What's the difference on this journey in getting lost versus being lost?
Just from the words, the first thought that comes to mind for me is getting lost. I think if I put myself here, and then being lost it's just kind of, this whole situation is just out of my hands.
Yeah.
It's just, I was put here.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't really fix this. I just got to be faithful to keep moving forward.
Yeah, being lost, it feels like that I'm just in the dark depths of an ocean. Getting lost is like, I took a right, left, and there's, okay, I know I got here, so I need to get back.
Let's process. Let's figure this out.
Maybe getting lost is, my goal is to go back to where I was, and being lost is, I just have to find an answer. I have no framework for what the solution is. I just have to trust, and hopefully God reveals something as I move forward.
I once was lost. but now I'm found. To me, there's a rescue element in that. You know, I once was lost, but now I'm found. Notice John Newton, who wrote that as a poem, by the way. It had that tension and release, and that's what that's what music is. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, that's a problem, but now I'm found. There's a solution. I was blind, that's a problem, but now I see. So there's always that, but there's that rescue element to being found, or your eyes to be opened. I mean, we can't just suddenly wish ourselves into sight. We got to keep on the journey, and when we get lost, like you say, sometimes it's retrace our steps a bit. But in that forest journey, there are times that you're just going to be cold, tired, hungry. It's not all a beautiful walk through the forest. Then there's, but then sometimes you just find the time and the wonder that you're not even intrigued by the forest now. You're intrigued by digging. You know, there's something in this place. You know, if you know what ginseng is, well, you found, you got into some ginseng there, and that's a treasure with life and healing in it. But anyway, you can find treasures in the forest, is my point.
I grew up in Bakersfield, and everyone just wants to leave. There's nothing interesting about Bakersfield. And there's this place in Bakersfield called the Bluffs. It's just this panoramic view of, I don't know, thousands or tens of thousands of just oil rigs just pumping, you know? And I felt like that was kind of symbolic of what Bakersfield is if you...
It's a Bakersfield, the oil field.
And it's a desert. But you could live anywhere, and if you dig in the right place, you could find gold. You could find something very resourceful and valuable. And then once you find it, it's like, all right, just keep digging there. You found something. And now Bakersfield, it's known to power the world, feed the world, and something else. All from this little desert.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which brings a little bit of a remembrance for me why I believe that I'm one that lives intrigued and amazed by wonder. And what I mean by that is a lot of folks, because of what I've done in the last 55 years, they'll say to me, boy, you've had an amazing life. And I really haven't. I've lived an amazed life. And that's what has made it amazing, I guess. And my amazement, I believe, comes from my well-digging father. And the reason is because he couldn't read. He had no education, couldn't read. Brilliant man, amazing mind, highly intelligent, but he never learned to read in the culture he was from. And therefore, he was always amazed. And you know, I used to buy him coffee table books because he loved to look at pictures. And that was some of our very best time in life spent together. A lot of times was out on an old drilling rig, drilling on an oil well somewhere. And while the rig's sitting there running, we would sit in a truck if it was raining, you know, and take out a coffee table book, and he'd ask me to read the captions to him. And he would, well, say to my time, well, look at there. And he'd ask questions. What do you reckon they were doing? What do you reckon this? And that was some of our richest times together. We're just figuring it out, born out of amazement.
So what are 2 or 3 things that people can do to stay in a place of wonder, especially in these gray areas or the ordinary in life? Because it's easy to be in wonder in the high highs and the low lows. Or when you're watching a movie or when you're seeing something extravagant, it's easy to be in a place of wonder because the situation is kind of forcing it on you. We were talking about in the ordinary life, in the mundane, we're repetitive, walking the same walk every day. How do you, what are some tips to, find wonder?
Well, to me, I think you welcome it as a lifestyle. Welcome it into your life. I've had quite a few episodes down through the years where I don't even think about it. I've welcomed it into my life. It stays in my life. Is it a part of my Is it a, I don't know, is it a sickness?
Yeah.
Is it a disease? Do I have some kind of ACD?
What is this?
Do I have, I've been diagnosed with ADD and OCD, which means everything has to be perfect, but just not very long.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do I have some sort of a condition that makes me this way? I don't know. I welcome it into my life. I celebrate it. That's where I find songs. That's where I find phrases. That's where I find poetry. That's where I find mystery.
Mm-hmm.
Because I want to understand that a little better. And so, as a well digger's son,
Mm-hmm.
I'll go to digging. Wait a minute, there's oil in that hole.
Yeah.
There's treasure down there. I don't know how far I got to go, but I, you feel compelled to go after and understand that revelation, or even dreams. Welcome dreams into your life. Holy Spirit, show me things to come. And that means I don't know what it is yet. But the Holy Spirit promises He will show us things to come. What are those things? So, as best we can, without all the noise of the world and the noise of media and news and tragedy and all the things that are going on, welcome wonder back into that place. And I think another thing is keep walking. Just, keep walking until you see the ocean. We know there are things to come. There are things ahead of us that He's promised. I've still got things ahead of me in my life that He's promised. I'm going to keep walking. And then when I get to the ocean, I'll stop and I'll try to take it all in, daily reading, that's important, I think. Daily, prayer, of course, is important. Interaction with the God who created it all and holds it all. He holds it all, but He doesn't hide it all from us. He actually welcomes us to come and find the treasure. It's not hidden. I think some things He might hide from us for our own protection, until we get into that place in the forest where it can produce life. Getting to learn and grow and know and understand the things that my father found in his world was an important part of it too. I think that through some of those ideas is where I wound up carrying this thing of amazement and wonder. And also, I've seen things that are just wondrous. You stand in the places I've stood and meet the people I've met and go the places I've gone. It really is. I'm amazed.